Our next awardee, Jenni Avins, hails from America's heartland. She was born and raised in St. Louis, but she has spent most of her life traveling the world. As a high school student, she backpacked through the American West and lived with a family in Spain. At the University of California in Santa Barbara, she majored in global studies, focusing on the impact of globalization on Latin American culture along the way. She also lived in Brazil, and she's now fluent in both Spanish and Portuguese. After graduation, she landed a job with Edun, a clothing company started by the singer Bono and his wife. And this is not just any clothing company. Edun's mission is to bring sustainable employment to the developing world through fashion and to educate consumers about the labor and environmental impact of the worldwide clothing supply chain. Jenni has printed T-shirts in Lima. She's visited yarn mills in the Andes. She's interviewed factory managers in Madagascar. Through it all, Jenni has produced countless articles and photographs for magazines and websites, ending up at CUNY to polish her skills. She did actually much more than that, interning at Vanity Fair and Savour, and winning a prize in entrepreneurial journalism. With a stipend from the McCormick Foundation, she is now developing a new website and writing a book on the clothing industry's practices in developing countries. Meantime, to pay the bills, she freelances for New York Magazine, Vanity Fair, Time Out New York, and CNN.com. She has a lot of free time. Jenni, please come up and accept your award.
Hello. I'll try to keep this short, though the professors here tonight know I have a tendency to write long. Try to rein it in. 2 years ago, I sat in Dean Shepard's office, and I told him I was on the fence about CUNY. All this interactive stuff was fine and good, but I was a writer, and I really knew what my story was. I needed to write about where clothing came from, and all I needed from school was reporting, structure, style, storytelling for magazines and books. As a magazine guy, the dean could sympathize. He assured me my writing would get a workout, but he also said the interactive stuff was a must. It might have been something about getting a job after graduation. Not to worry, I thought. I'll be working on my book proposal by then. As it turns out, I am working on my book proposal, but it's not really the whole story. I'm also heading a team, making a place on the web where I can tell the stories behind the fashion industry, showing all the hands that connect us to our clothing with audio, photos, video, infographics, and most importantly, the written word. It's long form and then some. Dean Shepard was in the room when I pitched this venture to a jury last December. Afterwards, he said to me, "Jenni, this presentation made me remember reading your application." He seemed happily surprised to see the stories we discussed 2 years before. I'd like to thank the Sulzberger family for the scholarship that got me started at CUNY, where I learned to report a story with all the tools at my disposal, and the McCormick Foundation for the grant that allows me to experiment with those tools today. Maybe it should go without saying that a good journalist never knows how a story will turn out before they've fully reported it. So thank you, Dean Shepard, for creating a school where even a student like me, who thought she knew exactly where she was going, was able to stick to a story and still find a surprise at the end. Thank you.